డియర్ 10th క్లాస్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ తెలంగాణ, జాతీయ ఉత్తమ ఉపాధ్యాయుడు, నేషనల్ బెస్ట్ టీచర్ ఇన్ బయాలజీ, ఒక రకంగా చెప్పాల్సి వస్తే అన్ని సబ్జెక్ట్స్ లో కూడా అట్లాంటి వ్యక్తిని ఈ సంవత్సరం నేను ముందు చూపుతో ప్లాన్ చేసి పెసర ప్రభాకర్ రెడ్డి గారు స్టేట్ రిసోర్స్ పర్సన్, ఖమ్మం డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ కాదు స్టేట్ రిసోర్స్ పర్సన్, బయాలజీలో ఇంకా ఇంతకు మించినటువంటి సీనియర్ టీచర్ కానీ ఎక్స్పర్ట్ కానీ ఎవరూ లేరు. అట్లాంటి అవకాశం మన ఛానల్ ఇంగ్లీష్ విత్ జగదీష్కి లభించింది. ఈరోజు మన అదృష్టం ఏంటంటే పెసర ప్రభాకర్ రెడ్డి గారిని మీతో మాట్లాడిస్తున్నాను. 10th క్లాస్ పబ్లిక్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ 2025 మార్చిలో జరగబోతున్నటువంటి ఎగ్జామ్స్లో బయాలజీ లోపట ఏ క్వశ్చన్స్ పబ్లిక్ ఎగ్జామ్స్లో వచ్చే అవకాశం ఉంది. క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ సెట్టింగ్ పైన అత్యంత అనుభవం కలిగినటువంటి వ్యక్తి. ఇంకొక విషయం చెప్పాల్సి వస్తే టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ రైటర్ కూడా. అంటే మీరు చదువుకున్నటువంటి టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ రైటర్ అతనే, క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ సెట్టింగ్ ఎలా చేయాలో తెలియజేసే వ్యక్తి అతనే, జాతీయ ఉత్తమ ఉపాధ్యాయుడు కూడా అతనే. అట్లాంటి వండర్ఫుల్ సార్ తోటి మనకు ఈరోజు అవకాశం వచ్చింది. సార్ మీకు చాలా ముఖ్యమైనటువంటి విషయాలు బయాలజీ లోపల సార్ చెప్పిన చదువుకోండి. మీకు అందరికి కూడా బయాలజీలో 40 మార్క్స్ కానీ అట్లీస్ట్ 38, 39 మార్క్స్ మరి రాక తప్పదు. అట్లాంటి అవకాశాలు ఉన్నాయి. సార్ మనకి ఇచ్చేటువంటి గైడెన్స్ని ఫాలో అయ్యి మరి అందరూ కూడా సార్కి మీరు ఫస్ట్ నా తరపు నుంచి రిక్వెస్ట్ ఏంటంటే ఉత్తమ ఉపాధ్యాయుడు సాధించిన సందర్భంగా మన ఇంగ్లీష్ విత్ జగదీష్ ఛానల్ నుండి మన సబ్స్క్రైబర్స్ అందరూ కూడా సార్కి విషెస్ తెలియజేయండి. అదేవిధంగా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే కూడా మరి ప్రభాకర్ అన్నని మీరు అడగవచ్చు. మన ఛానల్ని ఫాలో చేస్తారు సార్, తర్వాత వీడియోస్ చూస్తూనే ఉంటారు.
పెసర ప్రభాకర్ రెడ్డి, స్టేట్ రిసోర్స్ గ్రూప్ మెంబర్, and just now as the Jagadish said, state textbook writer also. So in the biological science pattern, the question paper is set for the 40 marks, and in these 40 marks 30 marks for the part A and 10 marks for the part B. First of all, we discuss about the part A and later we go for the part B.
Important questions.
Okay. So in the part A, so what is the question paper pattern of the part A? There are 3 sections in the part A. Section 1, section 2 and section 3. In the section 1, 3 questions are there. Again in the section 2, 3 questions. And the same section 3, 3 questions. But the question pattern is different and the marks are different. Marks awarding, principles of evaluation and the writing pattern is also different. So let us see about the questions section one by one.
Okay.
First about the part A, section 1. So in the section 1, 3 questions are there. Each question carries 2 marks and all the 3 questions are compulsory. So by this section 1 for 6 marks. 3 into 2, 6 marks. So what are the 3 questions? The first question, this is about the apparatus in the experiments which we done in the 10th class textbook in the classrooms. First one, the photosynthesis factors and end products it deals about. And the first one, carbon dioxide is necessary for the photosynthesis, one lab activity.
Okay.
Oxygen is evolved in the photosynthesis, second lab activity. The starch or the carbohydrates are present in the leaves, one more lab activity. And the light is essential for the photosynthesis. So 4 experiments are there in the first chapter.
Okay.
Similarly, in the second chapter, 3 experiments are there. Remember carefully, these experiments we discuss in the section 3 also. Because of that reason we are discussing in detail. Okay. So like this, each and every chapter some experiments are there. So in these experiments there is a fixed proforma for the experiments. For example, aim of the experiments, apparatus, what are the tools and materials which we used in that experiment, and the procedure and the precautions and the conclusion finally. So in these all the experiments they require, each and every experiment they require some tools, some chemicals, some apparatus. So they are asking about some apparatus. Generally tools and apparatus they are asking about 2 marks question we will write about only 4 elements, 4 components, 4 items. Anyone, for example, if we take one experiment, for example, CO2 or carbon dioxide is necessary for the photosynthesis. For this experiment, what we require? A potted plant, a green leaf particularly selected from the potted plant, and moreover KOH, potassium hydroxide, a glass jar, some Vaseline, some test apparatus for the starch, iodine, like this required. As we discussed about 6 to 7 items, but they require only 3 to 4. That's it, you get 2 marks. So like this, only 12 activities and experiments are there in our textbook. If you consider these 12 experiments in a single chart, you will get 9 marks. 9 marks, remember. How? 2 marks for the first question, 6 marks for the 9th question, and 1 mark in the MCQ bit paper, part B. So because of this reason, the first question is very important and it is very easy to you. Whenever you visit to a laboratory, it is easy to remember what are the apparatus are there in the laboratory. So much of glass articles, test tube, beaker, glass jar, all these. For the photosynthesis experiments, potted plants. So we'll easily get 1.5 to 2 marks for the first question. This is about the apparatus of the experiment, first question.
Okay.
Now coming to the second question. Second question deals with predictions, reasonable predictions, hypothesis. So the question starts with what will happen? If what will happen? If diaphragm is not there, what will happen? Telugu udara vitanamu. So if diaphragm is not there, what will happen? Diaphragm is the layer which separates the chest cavity and abdominal cavity. Imagine if diaphragm is not there, what will happen? There is no contraction, relaxation. There is no inhalation and exhalation. There is no respiration at all. So like this, we have to analyze what will happen in 4 sentences. Finally, the 4th sentence, maybe ultimately the living organism will die. What will happen if the chlorophyll is not there in the plants? What will happen if the hemoglobin percentage is decreased in the human beings? What will happen if the kidneys, they does not separate the waste material? What will happen if the reflex arc is not functioning in the human beings? Like these are the questions from 1 to 5th chapters. So each and every question, they require 4 sentences. Reasonably, and you predict in an order. So what will happen? Generally, you will answer this question in a logical manner, in a logical reasoning manner. This will gives you 2 marks. Easily to answer the questions. So now we are going to the third question. Section 1, question 3. So suggestions to your friend. So this is daily life utilization. The science is learning by doing. Why we are learning the science? To implement those suggestions, to implement those learned things, to implement the scientific elements, scientific concepts in our daily life. Then only the science is fruitful. So here the third question and the 6th question, remember, third question in the section 1, 6th question in section 2, these 2 questions belongs to daily life utilization, implementation in our daily life. So suggestions. Imagine if your friend is suffering with the heart problem, what type of diet, what type of precautions do you suggest? If your friend is suffering with some indigestion problem, what type of suggestions do you give? If your friend is suffering with some respiratory throat infections, what type of suggestions? And so much of air pollution is there. What type of suggestions, what type of precautions do you take before going to outside? For example, nowadays, after Corona, some more viruses, some more bacteria, some more pathogenic agents are there in our environment. Pollution is there. So what type of precautions do you take before going to outside? Like this, suggestions and precautions, they may give you 6 marks. How the 6 marks? Section 1, third question 2 marks. Section 2, sixth question 4 marks. So total 6 marks. So what will happen? Prediction, hypothesis, a logical reasoning gives you 6 marks. This is about the section 1. First question, apparatus in the experiments. Second question, what will happen? And third question, the suggestions and the main your precautions. Section 2. Now I proceed with the section 2.
Section 1 is over.
Yes. Section 2, same, it having 3 questions. Each and every question carries 4 marks. 4 marks, remember. It means each and every question is compulsory. In section 2 also, 3 questions there, 3 questions are compulsory. So they will carry, the section 2 carries 12 marks. So what is the fourth question? Section 1, 3 questions are there. Section 2 starts with 4 and then 5 and then 6. Fourth question. Fourth question belongs to the differences. The comparison of the differences. So compare the photosynthesis with the respiration. Compare the autotrophs and heterotrophs. Compare the single circulation with the double circulation. Compare the respiration types. What are the types are there in the respiration? Generally, 2 types of aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. So like this, comparison and the differences.
Okay.
For this question, you have to answer in a tabular form.
Okay.
You must draw a table. For example, aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration. You must draw a table, the aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration, and you clearly write the minimum 4 elements, 4 characters, 4 lines, 4 points. You will get easily 4 marks. This is very easy to get you 4 marks for the fourth question. Comparison and differences. So how many questions are there? So this type of questions, only 8 questions are there in your 10th class textbook. Remember carefully, only 8. So you will easily learn 8 questions, 4 marks in your packet. Now, fifth question. Fifth question belongs to analysis. What type of analysis? A table. It may be a table, it may be a chart, it may be a diagram. Most of the times they are giving a table. So in the tabular form, so much of information was given. Just under the table, 4 questions are there. You have to answer the 4 questions. Each question carry 1 mark. So the fifth question carries 4 marks. For example, brain parts and functions. One table is there. Given below 4 questions. The alkaloids in the excretion chapter. The vitamins chapter. One table is there. Okay, like this in the 5th chapter, the hormones table is there. Like this, only 7 to 8 tables are there. If you just pursue these 8 tables, you will get 4 marks very easy. But remember carefully, which type of tables does not appear in your annual examinations. The tables which may contain the numbers. For example, in your 9th and 10th class, 10th chapters, 3 to 5 tables are there. These 5 tables does not appear in your annual examinations. Why? Because all these tables, they may contain the numbers. We are not dealing with numbers. We are not the mathematicians. We are only biological science. So, 9th, 10th class tables does not comes in your annual examinations. So, count these, only 7 to 8 tables are there. You will pursue these 8 tables. You will analyze these tables. Automatically, you will get easily 4 marks. Now, coming to the 6th question. We discussed previously just your daily life situations, precautions, and moreover, your suggestions require matter. So here, what type of suggestions? The environment is there in your 9th and 10th chapters, natural resources is there. So if we use the fossil fuels, they will empty it in the very short time. So what you will do? What type of suggestions? What are the renewable and non-renewable energy resources? How do you suggest? Which type of non-renewable resources suggest to your friend? Like this. Air pollution is there. Water pollution is there. How do you suggest to prevent the water pollution? What type of precaution do we take to prevent the air pollution? Like this. How do you prevent the soil pollution? How do you recycle the matter? 4 hours concept is there in the 10th class. 10th chapter. So like this, 6th question belongs to suggestions and the precautions. This is about the section 2. Each carries 4 marks, 3 into 4, 12 marks. Now we are proceeding to the section 3. We completed section 2. The section 3, again 3 questions are there. But remember carefully, here only we are answering 2 questions. Only 2. Only choice is there in only section 3 only. So here, section 3 questions. Each question carries 6 marks. We have to answer only 2 questions. 6 marks. You must answer in 10 to 12 sentences. So what is the 7th one? Remember carefully, while you putting the numbers of the questions, section 1, 1, 2, 3, section 2, 4, 5, 6, and section 3, 7, 8, and 9. So 7th question, conceptual understanding. The big concepts are there in your 10th class. So they are asking about one concept. Single and double circulation, vegetative propagation, asexual reproduction, double fertilization. Like these concepts are evidences of evolution and moreover sex determination in the human beings. So like these chapters are urine formation, blood flow in the heart, blood valves in the heart. So like this, some concepts are there. Only 12 large concepts are there in our 10th class biology textbook. From these 12, you may get 1 question. Easily you may answer and you will get the 6 marks. Easily 6 marks. So 7th question, it will ask about the conceptual understanding. You will answer about 10 to 12 sentences. Remember, diagram is maybe compulsory for this question. If diagram is there, you may draw the diagram, it will add your marks. 8th question, same on diagram. The biological science, as a biological science student, we are very much aware of diagrams. So 6 marks question, diagrams. How many diagrams are there in the biology textbook? Only some diagrams are asked in your annual examinations. Which type of diagrams are not asked in the annual examinations? For example, scientists, process like photosynthesis, respiration, brain, human digestive system, respiratory system, all these are not asked in the annual examinations. So what type of? First chapter, chloroplast. Second chapter, mitochondria. Third chapter, heart, internal structure. Fourth chapter, excretory system and kidney internal. Fifth chapter, nerve cell. And the 6th chapter, female reproductive system, male reproductive system and sperm cell, and double fertilization in the plants. That's it. So these are the diagrams they asked in our annual examinations. It will give you 6 marks. Remember, you will easily get 6 marks. So for the drawing, remember, sometimes they are asking about questions with one sub question. Like draw the double fertilization in the plants and how the double fertilization help for the dicot plants. Draw the floral parts and explain about the essential organs like this. Or sometimes they are asking about only diagram. Draw the internal structure of the human heart and label the diagram. So here 4 marks for the diagram, 2 marks for the labeling. Very important. Labeling is very important. When you draw the diagram, parts very important. Okay, like this you may conclude that 6 marks for one diagram. And last, 9th question. Again, it is meant for experiments. As we will start with the first question, apparatus of the experiment, and the last question, experiments. It will carry you 6 marks. You must write in a pro forma: aim of the experiment, apparatus, procedure, precautions, and finally the conclusion. You must draw the diagram of that process. Experiment. You must draw the diagram of that experiment. You will easily get 6 marks. But remember carefully here, in your question itself, they will give you a hint. If you write those hint, if you get easily 2 marks. Remember that aim, apparatus, procedure, precautions, and conclusion. This is the pro forma. What is the aim? Remember, in the question itself, there is a aim. How do you prove that carbon dioxide is necessary for the photosynthesis? This is the question. So what is our aim? To prove that CO2 is necessary for the photosynthesis. Again, what is our conclusion? It is to prove that CO2 is necessary for the photosynthesis. So aim and conclusion you may get from the question itself. Aim, conclusion, the pro forma if you write, you will get easily 2 marks. That's it. So this is about the 9 questions. And about the part B, it consists of 10 marks, 10 questions. Each MC questions, multiple choice questions, each question carries 1 mark. So these, in multiple choice questions, 7 questions, they may belongs to the conceptual understanding. 1 question belongs to the diagram. 1 question belongs to the experimental process, and 1 question belongs to the table analysis. Like this, 10 multiple choice questions are there. They will give the 10 marks. Easily you will get 10 marks. And this is about the question pattern part A and part B. And all the best for the students. Follow these instructions carefully and you will get easily 38, 39 and the 40. This is your main goal to reach 40 marks.